We're talking with Cliff Goodwin, a Worcester's own Cliff Goodwin. And Cliff, you've been a professional musician for how long now?
Probably about 60 years.
Wow. Who are some of the people that you've played with?
Most of my friends around Worcester know I played with Joe Cocker. I was a musical director for about a dozen years. I played with Robert Palmer. I played with John Mayall.
Ooh.
Not but
yeah.
over a half a century, if you're lucky enough, you get to do some things.
Yeah. Did you ever cross paths with Jeff Beck?
Just one time in New York City once, but it was fleeting. I was looking forward to meeting him. Joe had done this concert called Ronnie Lane Appeal for Arms, which was a mega star review, and Jeff was one of the people on it, along with Eric and Jimmy Page. But I never got to meet him. I saw him a few times. As a matter of fact, one time I went to see him and I actually brought a pair of binoculars. The only time I ever brought a pair of binoculars to a show, because I really wanted to see what he was doing. The end story is real simple. It was magic. You couldn't, what you heard, what you saw, and what you heard didn't make any sense. It was just brilliant. He was more brilliant than I could even explain to you, as far as the technician styles, the things he went through. I mean, the Jeff Beck group, as you know, they were trailblazers in that genre, and even a bit before Led Zeppelin. You're talking about some amazing groundwork there.
Yeah, Jeff Beck never attained the mainstream success as far as someone like an Eric Clapton or a Jimmy Page. He always stuck to his own vision.
Well, without a doubt, but he was also unique in the fact that music wasn't I don't think it was his first love. Cars were. When I first started with Joe, our keyboard player was Nicky Hopkins.
Yes.
Who played, obviously, in the Jeff Beck group. And he told a number of stories where they would land in a town, and rather than making sound check, Jeff would go to the local garage and talk with mechanics about carburetors and manifolds and exhausts and all that kind of stuff. He was really, really a car boy. That doesn't mean music wasn't as important, but certainly his focus was in a number of different ways. And he realized that probably to do the job he wanted to do musically, he eventually had to do it instrumentally, and he could.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he worked early on. You mentioned the first Jeff Beck group with Rod Stewart, and then the various vocalists he had with the other versions of the Jeff Beck group. But yeah, his biggest success were on those. Bob
Tench.
Yeah, Bob Tench, who did. We played "You're Going Down" earlier, and he was.
There you go.
Yeah, singing on that one, amazing vocalist. But his two, I think, is it fair to say his two biggest successes were in the mid '70s with those two instrumental albums, "Blow by Blow" and "Wired." Probably. And you're right, they were all instrumental, and it just let him, I guess, expand on what he wanted to do.
Yeah. Again, a very rare occurrence in the music business.
Yeah.
Because the music business is predicated on songs.
Yeah.
And songs have to be sung. And to sing a song, you need a singer. And so Jeff bucked that whole route and did it his way. And amazingly so.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. Well, Cliff, thank you very much for taking the time this morning. Are you still performing? Can people see you somewhere coming up?
Yeah, but unfortunately, they're going to have to call me.
Okay. Awesome.
Which to me is the personal touch.
Right, you know? Right, exactly. Yeah, they just don't do that anymore, right?
Yeah, nobody does one thing anymore.
Right, exactly.
I play with the Mohegan Sun All-Stars. I play with a group around Worcester called the Silverbacks.
Yes.
I play with James Montgomery sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a number of people that I play with. So what happens with most of my friends is they call me up and say, "Hey, you playing anywhere this weekend?"
Nice. All right. Well, I appreciate your time this morning and your stories and insights into the late great Jeff Beck. Cliff Goodwin, thank you very much.